Hey guys, welcome back. Something I've never done on my channel before that I can recall, I could stand corrected, but is foiling bangs. Sandy is such a loyal client. She comes for her full baby light, low light every 6 weeks, just like clockwork. And she's a natural level 3, and we've done a tutorial before on her. I'll put that in the card or down below in the description box so you can check it out. I believe it was her last session just 6 weeks ago. Her hair is always long, but she recently had the weight loss stomach surgery, so she cut her own hair. You could check that out on the video from 6 weeks ago down below and you'll see about that. But since she's had this procedure, we are monitoring her hair because it's very common to have a ton of hair loss and fragile hair and breakage during this big major surgery just because of many different obstacles and reasons. This occurs mostly because they aren't getting as many vitamins they used to get because they can't eat for the first 2 weeks. The only thing she could just eat or drink was like yogurt and Ensure and water and stuff like that. So I'll keep you guys updated on her hair condition as time goes on. She definitely has lost some. The cut helped get it very healthy, but it is a lot thinner. So today we're going to be extra careful. I'm using Goldwell Oxycure with 20 volume and a 16th ounce of Olaplex. Redken also released a new Shades EQ color, 10BG, and we are going to be reviewing that today as well. So when doing bangs, I like to do a bang box. In my money piece video a few videos back, I told you guys I have 2 ways of sectioning when it comes to clients and their money piece areas. And when clients part in the middle or have bangs, this is what I like to do. It's right across the board evenly. So bangs are tricky because you don't want to treat them like regular money pieces. If you aren't careful, you can end up having a big block of blonde. Since we are doing a low light sporadically every 3rd and 4th foil, I'll still do a couple in the bang area to bring everything together. With Sandy, we always like keeping her level 9, 10, bright blonde. She always has an issue getting past the level 8 on her new regrowth every time we lighten. You'll see later on today. But what I like to do is shadow her down with a level 7. So we don't want to darken her too much with a low light. So what I always do is I add a low light 7N, 7G, my go-to Goldwell Colorant. You guys know this is my go-to blonde low light. I love it. It's the perfect tone, perfect color, not too warm, just perfect. Makes the blonde pop beautifully. And this is perfect for her hair and it always lightens up and fades away so beautifully with no stains, and it's not hard to kick through. When foiling the money pieces, well, in this case, the bangs, on a blonde, you don't want to get too carried away and do too many slices. You guys know for money pieces, I like doing anywhere between 2 to 5 slices and tying them into a few tightly packed baby lights before we get back to the regular baby light sizes and all that. But with her, I only did about 3 slices. I think, I could be mistaken, or I did very, very, very small ones, and I think I did about 4. Maybe I did do the normal, but I'm going back into baby lights tightly packed together, and I'm doing a lot more baby lights than I normally would for a regular money piece. For the money piece, it's usually an inch, give or take. And with the bangs, obviously we're going a little bit further back into her hair with those bangs. I'd say about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So there's a lot more foils going in this bang box section than I would for a money piece. So I'm not going to add any low lights at all whatsoever until we get to the last 4 foils. I'll do a 1 low light, the 4th foil to being done, 4th to last, and then I'll do one at the very, very end to tie everything in together. Normally when I do the money piece area, I always do the hairline around the whole entire face frame. And with her, you'll notice today I'm not doing that. The only detailed, hairline foiling is going to be in that bang box. On the left and right, I'm leaving those out completely, and we're going to just foil them with regular highlights horizontally up the head because she's having a lot of little mini breakage. It doesn't help that she works in the nursing home and she has masks and N95 masks and shields on her head all the time. And as I said, with the weight loss surgery, her hair's a little tender right now and it's actually a little bit more damaged easily. and we're noticing those little pieces of breakage and whatnot. So you can see both front sides are done with those beautiful frame art foils. I went horizontally up, so we didn't do any specific money pieces around the sides of the hairline area. And now we're just gonna pack these baby lights in back to back, minimal subsections. I'm not going to overlap unnecessarily. Unless I see a dark spot, I'll feather down into it. But we're strictly touching the new regrowth only and adding low lights throughout sporadically. And I am bringing the low lights down all the way to the end.
Holding on, I know I'm holding on to this, holding on, don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it. Fast forward a year or two, friends have changed, but so can you, so can you. For too long about the mistakes, while I resent, I learned to hate. Forgot your names. Fear the struggle to follow on. Need to focus to prove you're wrong. I'm not wrong. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it.
Alright guys, so she is always resistant, so she never lifts more than a level 8. She's natural level 3. I have her under the dryer for the last 5 minutes, and I like using gold wall color-ons because it's more opaque and it helps cover better. So I always use 7N, 7NA on her, and I use equal parts so we have a little bit more kick of the NA, where I normally use like 1/3 or 1/4, and I'll let it process for about 10 minutes. And what happens is the next time she comes in, I run down through the root that's fresh and the little banding from this time, and I do that every session. So it gets her lighter and it gets more solid as it goes down, but it never gets past the level 8 with her. So I'm gonna mix 7N, gold ball color-ons, it's 1 to 2. I always do 1 to 1 if you want it to be a little stronger. I measure everything. She has a lot of hair, so I'm gonna do 20 grams of 7N Goldwell's amazing. It's expensive, but it's amazing. And then 7NA, I'll do 20 grams as well. That's a lot, but I'm mixing it 1-to-1. Perfect for me. And then I mix 1-to-1 with the Goldwell Colorants lotion. Bring it up to 80. And Shades did release a new level 10 VG, which is Violet Gold. It's called Baby. And I usually mix Colorants 10V, 10P on her, but I'm thinking of maybe doing the 10VG today with itself only, just to see how it is. And she usually lifts on the ends to that level 10. We never overlap. There's no need after the first time. Like I said, the second session, we always run back through that little band of the last time that we touched it up, because it never lifts higher than an 8. I'll go over in the video on the voiceover more in depth of what I mean. And the consistency with 1-to-1 looks like this. 1-to-2 makes it really runny, which is what they recommend, but I do 1-to-1. Know the rules, then you can break them. All right, and I think I'm gonna mix up the 10VG, but I'm gonna wait to see how she lifts. I never mix my end toner until I'm doing the root, because you never know how it really looks until it is rinsed. Let's go take a look. One of my favorite parts of this session is this part. It takes all that work to put those foils in and watch how quickly they come out. But I love seeing that fresh blonde hair when you pull them. There's nothing more satisfying for a blonde specialist to see.
Living in the same routine, like the seasons I'm on repeat. It's a long way down.
So now, once I pulled all those frame art foils off, I like to lay my client back and take Olaplex number 4, which is their shampoo, my ride or die. I love 4 and 5. I love all the Olaplexes. And if they're not going to use Olaplex, I recommend Fanola's Nutricare Restructuring Mask. Those are my 2 options I give all my clients. I like to make sure we really cleanse that hair, get all that residue of the bleach out. Towel blot, never rub, the freshly bleached hair. Take my Olaplex number 2, put it all over the mids and ends. Once I make sure it's throughout the hair, saturated thoroughly, I take my Olivia Garden Eye Blend brush. Now this is the brush to get for using at the bowl when you're either root toning or you're just doing it on wet hair. It glides right through like butter on a hot summer day. You guys have to try it. It is definitely my favorite to have. I have a whole bunch of them at the drawer right next to the sink. Now I take my Samvia wide tooth comb, which I love for blending, and I split her right down the middle. I usually like to go off the client's part that they usually part, or if they're a tousler, I always go off the middle. With her, we're going off the middle. And I'm going to section it on the left, on the right, and then I'm going to start doing my root shadow. Today we are using Colorant 7N, 7NA, which is my ride or die go-to root shadow. If you guys have been following me for a while here and supporting me, you know I love Goldwell Colorants. There's nothing like it. That and Shades EQ are my ride or dies, but my favorite all-time root shadow is 7N, 7NA, just like 7N, 7G is my low light. This is very opaque. It's beautiful. You see, I'm now taking my Samvia wide tooth comb and I'm combing it through. You cannot blend enough. Nobody's ever said, oh, I'm blended too much. You always want to blend. Don't be scared of dragging it down too far. That's why the Olaplex number 2 treatment's there. It's there for a barrier. You can see right there those money pieces in her bang area. That's why I only did a couple slices. I didn't want to do the whole block of the bang area. If we did, it could have looked very thick, very blocky, very chunky, and terrible. Now I'm going through the whole entire head, doing my root shadow, bringing it down 1 to 2 inches. And then after that, I'm going to tap the bang box last and bring it down throughout very slightly, just tapping in the bang box area so it keeps it very bright. But you can already see this is going to be a beautiful color, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Trying not to follow suit. Don't let the color outchange the shade of it. I'm not afraid of it. I know I'm holding on to this. Holding on. 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 Holding on holding on to this, holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Oh, don't let me repeat it.
Tappity tap tap tap. You can see when I'm tapping those money piece areas in the bang box, I'm using very minimal product. You don't need much at all. And I'm still gonna take my Sambia wide tooth comb and comb through. And that's why I always do the money pieces or the bang box literally at the last 1 to 2 minutes before I rinse it out, because it will keep them the brightest. Now, once I let her process for 2 more minutes before we rinse out the shadow, I do believe I left her shadow on and mushed them in together because I wanted it to really work and really counteract any brass that transpired. I headed on over to my color mixing area and I grabbed Shades EQ's new color, 10VG, and I toned her with it. And you guys, my review is this is now one of my favorite colors from Shades EQ. This is so beautiful. Enough ash with the violet, but a little bit of gold to counteract, and it just makes it gorgeous. I mean, no two ways about it. This is a beautiful blonde. I usually use my go-to Colorants 10V, 10P on her, but this is amazing. We both loved it, and look how beautiful this final result is. Perfect root shadow, perfect dimension, and look at those money piece areas in her bang box. I hope you learned something here today on how to foil bangs. It could be a very tricky thing. You can see she still has that pop, but everything comes together and looks tied in very well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Let me know down below what you think. Let me know video ideas you want to see. I love you so much. Thanks for all the love and support. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet and hit the bell so you're notified for the next video. Also, go check out my new vlogging page and channel here on YouTube. I am Brett Ryan. The channel link is down below in my description box. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Take care. So long for now.